now listening to Rock Chalk Jayhawk with me, Jayhawk, a podcast brought to you by the Field of 68 Media Network. Make sure you rate 5 stars, review, and hit the subscribe button on iTunes or anywhere else you get your podcast from. Our guest today won a national championship. His senior year at KU was all Big 12 defense team as a sophomore, a former McDonald's All-American from New York, New York. Hey, I always wanted to say that, Russ. New York. Welcome to the podcast, Russell Robinson. Hey, how you been doing, Russ?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me, man. Happy to be on for sure.
Yeah, and if you guys, I know you guys, a lot of Jayhawk Nation that follows Russ, man. You guys know he's a father now, man. So Jayhawk Nation, make sure you guys continue to keep Russ in your prayers with fatherhood. We know he's gonna be a great father. But Russ, talked about, hey, how's it been going being a father, man?
Well, during the pandemic, it's been great. I've been able to have more time, be there every day, learning everything new every day, and it's been amazing experience, and it's been my little joy during this tough time for everybody.
That's awesome, man. My man Russ, Big Daddy, dog. That's what's up. Hey, so obviously, taking care of your little one, obviously with the pandemic. Do you still want to continue to play, or is Russ hanging up the shoes, man? What's on Russ's mind right now?
It's hard for me to leave him right now, and I've been talking to a few guys. Mario, the older you get, it's kind of harder to leave your kids. And right now, I've been watching a lot of basketball, college, NBA, even D League now, and I'm getting that little coaching itch that I was waiting for. But I think it's getting around that time. I think I got more to serve from the coach's bench than I do from the floor. So I think it's about that time for me to kind of think again.
Wow, man.
Yeah,
I didn't know. Hey, my ears is ringing right now, Russ. I mean, hey, I'll tell you this though, a kid can definitely alter kind of what you do in life, and I'll be honest, man. The Jayhawk Nation knows it. Who wouldn't be a better person to be on a coaching staff than Russell Robinson, man? Dude, just hey, Russ, I'm off script right now. Russ got me off script, man. I had to make sure when I knew my man Russ was on, I had to make sure I got the haircut.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah,
looking nice, my man Russ on. But who wouldn't want Russ on a bench, coaching his team up? Russ and I mean, I don't know if, we really don't talk too much about how we feel about each other, but to me, Russ is one of the toughest competitors, toughest players I've ever been around with. I already knew when you got Russ on your backcourt, man, you just know he's never going to give up. He's always going to make you go harder because Russ is a different machine. Russ don't get tired. Russ will get elbowed in the face. Hey, sit me up, put me back in the game. Russ is a true competitor, and he has so much to offer the game. And Russ, I will tell you this, man. Again, I'm off script right now, rambling, but it's because of you, and I love you so much. But
appreciate it.
I know you're going to be great. I know you're going to be great at the either playing or coaching. I don't know if you made your final decision yet.
Yeah, it's still up in the air.
But I know you're going to be great, man. So, Russ, I definitely wish you success in figuring out exactly what you're going to be doing, because we all know the type of player you are, national championship, what you bring to any type of team playing wise, and not only being a strong player as well too. You bring that same thing on the coaching end. So Russ, I know it's going to be fun to see you get to this level of coaching when you hop in there full speed. If there's anything I can do, Jayhawk gonna make some calls, and I know you got a bunch of former coaches that will pick up the phone and make calls for you ASAP. But Russ, now I'm done rebelling, bro. Let's hear from you, man. I'm sorry, Jayhawk Nation. I'm just hyped because Russ is on here. But let's dive into this year's team, Russ. I know you've been tweeting this year about the team, but the last two games have been a little bit interesting. Obviously, with the slow start with West Virginia, and West Virginia hitting so many shots that game, which I don't even think the Jayhawks really played that bad. And they definitely just couldn't get over that hump. But what do you think has been causing them to have these slow starts in the games?
Well, for me, first of all, I'm thankful that they're able to go out there and show their talent. With everything that's going on, I'm grateful for the chance that they have to go out there and play, amidst the pandemic. And we've been owning the Big 12 for so long now. Teams are finally having the opportunity, to have their shot, with the fans not being there, it's even in the playing field. And a lot of guys are able to step up that normally probably wouldn't have if they had the pressure. So when we say Jayhawk Nation, when we say we have the best fans in the college basketball, you take that away now, we don't have the same amount of energy, the same amount of, jazz that we have coming out, in Alabama House and even on the road too, because those teams, the road games, they normally hype us up too. So when you take that out of the element, it is kind of like I think of it, when a cheetah, when his prey's not running, the cheetah don't know what to do.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
kind of how I look at it too.
yeah,
We used to, the fans, hyping us up and we normally keep calm, to combat that. So
yeah,
now it's new for everybody and we're adjusting. And I think it's more importantly that everybody's staying safe. And I think,
yeah,
we got the pedigree. So it's going to come out and it's hopefully sooner than later.
yeah. You're right, man. And
Yeah.
they got, Coach Self is, he's one of the greatest of, getting those guys when either in a funk and getting guys to either put 2 feet in the circle or not,
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna definitely get this turned around. It just takes some time, and obviously losing Doak and Dotson, I mean, that transforms their team a lot. So, and obviously on top of a pandemic, which you mentioned as well too. So obviously back to that West Virginia game, they hit some really tough shots late in the shot clock over some good defense as well
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
What do you think the Hawks need to do, especially coming from you, Russ, who is a defensive guy, one of the guys I respect on the defensive end? And I knew when Russ was guarding you, Russ was out. Russ don't play checkers when he's guarding you on the defensive end. Russ is playing chess, thinking 4 or 5 plays ahead. Oh, he's gonna do this, gonna do that. So I hated you as a defender. But being a defender, Russ, what do you think the Hawks need to do to kind of close out and finish out those defensive possessions at the end of the shot clock?
Well, somebody got to take pride in it. After the 18th, 16th point, the 20th point, somebody got to step it up. And we got more than enough tools. I think Marcus, he doesn't show you defensive player of the year, Naismith guy. So he doesn't show us he can do it. So I need somebody like that to step up and just take the one-on-one challenge. And I think in that West Virginia game, McBride was playing
Yeah,
unbelievable. It's just, and they subbed the freshman in, and the freshman had to guard him. You know, Deshaun Harris is he's good, but he's still a freshman. Somebody got to step up and and take pride in defense. And then I know we got a game plan, and Coach Self and they probably doing a great job of preparing them. But at the end of the day, mano y mano, and that's kind of one of the things I did when I was out there just to help my team, take pressure off of Mario and Sharon having to
yeah,
guard a D Rose or Darren Collison, all those kind of guys. So and then that, and I think that once you like, defense is one of the things you can't control, the intensity, defensive intensity. You can't control that. So if you can go out and control what you can control, I think that'll spark some offense and then get into the flow of things, and we get back to our Kansas ways.
yeah. That's point. I mean, we're hearing it from the best, man. One
Yeah.
of the top lockdown defenders KU has ever had, and Russell. I mean, you make some great points, man. And what I hear from that Russ is just a lot of toughness, man. You gotta have toughness and pride, and be able to sit down and lock down and just say, hey, man, it's time to get a stop. And I think eventually they're gonna get there, man. And sometimes teams mature at different levels during the season. And I think this is kind of a late maturing team. And obviously, Coach Self and his staff, they've, been tremendous throughout the years as far as getting everybody on the same page. So let's talk again, still on West Virginia. So turnover. So we had a lot of turnovers against a West Virginia team that isn't as strong defensively as they've been in the past. Do you think that stems from not having a true point guard leader?
I think the key is Harris. He's a freshman, but uh, the better he plays, the more pressure he takes off of Marcus and other guys are having to make the plays. And then, which I think what I'm seeing now is everybody's trying to make plays that normally wouldn't be making them. So if even Christian can go out there and just shoot the ball, and is everybody just trying to do, just trying to figure it out, and they're more than capable of doing it. But I think it's just everybody knowing what they're great at and just doing that. And I think Harris is, the unlocking key for everything. He does a great job as a freshman of moving the ball, getting the ball to where it needs to be on time.
Yeah,
So I think that's the main thing. But it just taking care of the ball, even if you got to walk it up every possession, and
yeah,
that's your friend. Them turnovers, you don't want to go back and give any team any kind of confidence or any kind of motivation. So take care of the ball is plain and simple.
yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
obviously, so when they obviously played against Oklahoma State, night and day, kind of played a lot better. Obviously, came out with the win. David McCormick really stepped up in that second half, and Marcus Garrett actually had a really great first half as well too. But David McCormick stepped up in the second half. What do you think about his progress throughout this season?
I like that he's staying after it and he's down there by himself,
Yeah,
only
he's
big
a
on the roster pretty much. And he's been holding it down. He's been doing a little bit of everything. And that's a heavy weight to bear. Last time I think maybe Wayne Simeon, maybe the last one down there handling everything by himself like that.
yeah, yeah.
So he's doing a great job. And then you can see defenses are trying to trap him and get him
Mhm.
uncomfortable, and he's still making it work. So I think it's going to be the key on the guards to take some pressure off of him.
Yeah.
One, and but two, keep giving him the ball and putting him in good position to make good things happen.
Yeah. So kind of lead into that little transition. So both Christian Brown and Jalen Wilson both had double doubles, but they've been a little bit inconsistent throughout the last month or so. What do you think they need to do moving forward to keep finding some consistency?
Well, they both showed us what they can do.
Yeah.
They just need to probably go to the office, get that game film. Christian had a big game.
Yeah.
John had a big game. Just get that film and see what they did, and just try to replicate that. And then let the game come to them. And I think they're doing great, and it's it's probably hard. It's hard to play in college basketball right now with the pandemic. I would say it's probably even harder to play at Kansas,
Yeah.
with everything going on. So I think those guys they're doing good. Their best basketball is still ahead of them. So
Yeah.
I think just to keep the confidence and keep the confidence up, and to continue to work to their strengths. And for Jalen, I would say get to the basket more. He can get there. Don't
Yeah.
settle for that three. He looks real comfortable shooting it. And Christian, I would say shoot that three.
Yeah.
He got a good stroke. Sometimes he get a little sped up trying to do too many things, but I would say shoot that three every time. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him shoot 10 threes, a game or something like that right now with this team that they have. So
Yeah.
I like his percentages. I like what they're doing. I just think they just need to play to their strengths and they'll be fine.
Yeah, and you mentioned a little bit about DeJuan Harrison. We kind of talked a little bit about how Coach Self still trying to figure things out, and obviously that goes with his lineup and trying to put the best players together. Do you think there's anyone on the bench that might be able to spark that Jayhawk, that Jayhawk team towards the end of the season? I know you talked a
Yeah,
little
it's
bit
a couple
about
guys.
Harris.
Some guys are coming back from injury. I think the top five is really good, and I think the bench is as well. I just think it all starts from the top. And
Mhm.
once the top starts playing well, Coach Self is going to have more confidence in going to the bench and
Yeah,
reaching out to guys. And even the guys on the bench are going to have more confidence. They'll have a longer rope, if the
yeah, for
first
sure.
five is playing well. So
Yeah,
it starts with that first five, and it trickles down. And I think Harris is doing a great job as a freshman, better than probably what I was doing at that stage. And I think as the top five, the leaders on the team step up, they play everybody else. It would trickle down to them as well.
yeah, yeah. That's all facts, Russ.
Yeah.
Hey, so all the blue bloods have struggled some this year. Your North Carolinas, Dukes, Kentucky, Michigan State, and obviously you talked a little bit about it before. Not with the work, not being able to have those workouts and preseason affected the team. Do you think that had some ability to? I mean, excuse me, could that have hurt their ability to find chemistry as well too? You think
Well,
too?
definitely the chemistry, especially at Kentucky where they got a whole bunch of freshmen coming in.
Yeah,
But I would say I'm gonna go with the fans. This is again, this we talking about some of the greatest fans in college basketball,
yeah,
and the six man is not there for them. They out there by themselves, and that, like I said, a lot of teams been licking their lips. Because the talent in college basketball, the disparity is not that far off. But with not having the fans in there, I think that's allowing guys the more confidence, and then them teams that been waiting for their chance. They now have it, and I'm grateful that I'm able to watch, even if they're not playing as well as I know they could be. I'm able to watch them, because that's I would have been I don't know how I felt they couldn't play college basketball right now. So,
True.
but I think the Blue Bloods will rise back.
Oh
This
yeah.
might be awakening for everybody, and for sure I think they will be back, and I'm just happy that we're doing better than all of those guys right now, and I'm thankful for that. But yeah, I just for sure I think they will be back, and I put it all on the fans,
Yeah.
but that's the main thing for sure.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, the fans, man, they do, man. And coming, obviously playing in the field house, which has been quoted by a lot of the top analysts, that you can think of, ESPN analysts, CBS, everybody. The field house it's the mecca. So, and the advantage you get when you come into a game and before you like, man, it's gonna be 16,300. Even if we're not even playing the strongest team,
Yeah.
it's gonna be 16,300. And
That's
still what that does to you playing. I mean, the field house adds extra inches on you in late night, man. You
exactly.
jump an extra 3 to 5 inches depending on who you are, man. So the fans do have and not just with the field house. Obviously you played at Rupp Arena, you played at a bunch of different other arenas as well too, and they have a great fan base as well too. So it's definitely hurting those blue buds, and like you said, but we all got to be gracious and stay humble because they're still playing college basketball
Yeah.
right now. And
Yeah, I mean, also, I don't want to be too critical of this team because last year I think we had a great chance. I would say Final Four at minimum. I think we had a great chance to win it all.
yeah, for
And
sure.
technically, this team would be, in my opinion, would have been coming off a national championship. You know,
Yeah,
and so this is which is what you get when you come off a national championship. So not ironic to me that the last time they wasn't ranked was 2009, and now it's 2021. So
yeah,
I personally think we ended the season number one in the country. We was playing great basketball last season,
yeah,
so I would say we would won it.
yeah,
But I would say Final Four at least. So I'm not going to be too critical of the team as far as that. And then as far as the empty gyms, like I went to Europe after playing in Kansas 16-3, and playing in front of 2,000, 3,000 people. It's an adjustment, and it took me a couple seasons, maybe 1 or 2 seasons, to really get adjusted to not playing in front of a packed out crowd. Your adrenaline don't kick off the same. The
yeah,
nerves don't kick off the same. It takes some adjusting to that. So, and then but the TV makes it looks good. The guys are competing, but I can only imagine how physically tired you can be thinking about a practice or something like that. Empty gym, rush running up and down court, a
yeah.
scrimmage. Those are never too pretty. Pre-pandemic. So I
Hmm.
think guys are doing a
Yeah,
great job of going out there and playing, to their hardest. But I think got the great coaching staff over there. I think they doing everything to figure it out. And then Coach Self I want to know what books he's reading because his leadership is just showing really well right now because
yeah,
he's being real nice, to these guys. I don't remember him being that nice, but he definitely doing a great job leading these guys.
yeah, for sure. Hey, so Russ, if you had to say there's one thing that the Hawks could improve on in order to finish the season strong, what would you say?
I would say defensive intensity, and I would think that's the number one thing you can control that. And you got to play for that name on the front of your jersey, and I think when you do that, that's going to put you in good position. And you're not representing just yourself, but like I said, that name on the front of your jersey. And once you
Yep.
put that in perspective, that's going to give you the extra adrenaline rush, whether it's fans in there or not, to get going. And like you said, all the blue bloods are down right now. We don't want to, we have a chance to, to rise above right now. We're in good position. And I think we want to finish strong. I think we got the tools to do it. So I think that
Yeah.
would be my main thing. Control what you can control.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
Hey, so Russ, let's jump a little bit. Let's jump back a little bit further, man. So
Okay.
you played at Rice High School in New York City. So
Yep.
what was basketball like in New York City during your childhood?
Well, it was real competitive. We had great talent there in the whole city. My whole team went Division 1. It it was super competitive. It was actually that's where my defense intensity came from because I don't know if you know New York guards, everybody like to dribble and pass,
Yeah.
fancy passes, not the simple passes. So everybody want to dribble. So the only way I could really get the ball was to go out there, steal it, and lay it up. So my AAU team, high school team, we had a rule where if you stole the ball, you can go coast to coast. You didn't have to pass. So that's what I
Oh,
would
that's
do. I would
dope.
get steals. I would guard the point guard. If I could pick him off, I could go get my points that
That's
way.
dope. I
So
like that.
yeah, so that's where the the defensive intensity came from me. But it was super competitive, and it was definitely my motivation to keep me out of trouble and things like that as well.
Hey, I might have to take that to my high school team, man, and call it the Russ Rob rule. You get
Yeah.
you a steal, you get you a steal, man. Go coast to coast.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah. Unless it's somebody in front of you, and that's the only thing. If somebody was in front of you, you had to give it up. But if it was that, you was good. You was good to go.
I like it.
Yep.
I like it. I like it. Hey, so were you a Knicks fan growing up?
I was a Knicks fan all the
Nice.
way until 1996, and they broke my heart. And then I went on to follow Kobe Bryant and the Lakers. But being a Knicks fan is very tough. I pray for them. It is tough on you. But I'm still right now. I'm secret Knicks fan. I don't put too much on them, but I think the Charlotte Hornets is my team right now.
Yeah, they tough. They tough.
Yeah,
They tough.
yeah.
Hey, so tell everybody what made you decide to come play for Coach Self at KU. I still remember you. Hey, I still remember you on your visit too, man.
Oh
Russ was
yeah,
just
yeah,
so cool, so chill.
yeah.
Oh man. All right. So hey, tell everybody what made you want to come play for Coach Self at KU.
Well, I did something unique on my home visit, and I haven't heard anybody do it yet. I had all the coaches come in on the same day for my home visit.
Mm,
I didn't tell them, and I just scheduled my home visit. So I had Coach Self, I had Tubby Smith at Kentucky, I had Georgia Tech. Uh, who else I had? St. John's, and I had Calhoun from UConn. So they all came in on the same day. So they all showed up to my high school. I got it's a little gym, and they walking in thinking they about to have their home visit, and they all looking at each other like, "Yo, what you doing here? Like, what you doing there?" And
what that? Oh, hey,
yeah, I
that's
did it
like
like that.
that's some gangster mob stuff right
Yeah,
there. Hey, let's
yeah,
go
because
right here.
I don't
I'm doing
know.
it right here. I
Yeah,
love it.
because the recruiting process, as fun as it was kind of stressful. And
Yeah.
I had all the top schools, and I didn't want to keep doing this every day, every other day, every week. So I said, let me get them all in one room at one time, and we're gonna see, who really want me, who really likes me. So, who's really about it. And then once you get all the bosses in the room, you start to see, a couple coaches was feeling a little intimidated, you know, why you got these other schools in here? Why you doing that?
Yeah.
And then it was like the order, who gonna go first? And Coach Self was one of the first ones to speak, and he said, "Hey, y'all do what y'all do. I got a private jet, but I'll make arrangements. I'll rearrange it. Whatever y'all do, I'm fine with." That was kind of one of the things. Like, all right, cool. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Calhoun said, "Hey, I got to go see another guy, but I need to go. I need to go first. So my jet leaves at this time." And so he made it known where I was on his list. So, and that's cool too. But long story short, left those meetings. I think Coach Self and them went maybe third. So
Yeah.
they was honest with me, and I left that meeting feeling real good about Kansas. And being his first recruiting class, our success was aligned. I
Yeah.
had some other schools who already, James Calhoun was already a Hall of Fame coach. He already did it, But being Coach Self's first recruiting class, I felt like, all right, well, we're gonna have to win together. We're gonna have to do this together. So our
Yeah.
success was aligned, and then obviously when you throw KU on top of it, that's like the icing on the cake. And the visit was amazing, and that's how I made my decision. So
That's crazy.
yeah,
I never knew that, man. I'm sure a lot of
yeah,
people didn't know that, man. That's dope
yeah,
though,
yeah,
man.
that was dope.
Only designed by Russ though.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
when I hear a story like that and it's designed by Russ,
yeah.
I can't be like, well, I can't help the man, Russ. That's
Yeah,
smart, man.
it
I
was
like
cool,
that,
man,
Russ.
because it gave me a good look.
Yeah,
Because part of the process is, they tell you some stuff that you want to hear, they try to juice you up, but that was a good point to see, the coaches were, honest, and I got a good feel of, you
That's
know,
awesome.
who I could ride with. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
That is awesome. Hey, so my bad. So how was that trend? Talk about that transition from New York lifestyle to Lawrence, like Lawrence, Kansas lifestyle your freshman year.
I mean, so I thought that going to Kansas, I'd be in the gym all day. That there's nothing to do out there. Everybody's you know like it's nothing to do. Like nothing to do but play. But then I got there and I seen I think we might have had one of the top party schools in the country at that time. So that was a shocker. But it was more of the culture thing, and
Yeah,
I just you know I had an unbelievable visit to Georgia Tech in Atlanta, and that was coming from Harlem, New York to Atlanta. That's kind of like the same, That'd have been the
yeah,
same experience, same cultural experience, same everything. So I wanted it to branch out and get, cultural experience, be more culturally diverse than, and that's what I got when I got in Kansas. So I was able to, even with a lot of stuff that's going on right now, Black Lives Matter and stuff,
yeah.
going to Kansas and experience, a lot of a different culture,
Hmm.
allowed me to, not have as many issues as a lot of other people that I may know. So I think that was part of it too. So it helped me grow as a person, it helped me
Yeah,
grow as a man, be more well-rounded, be more understanding, and also help me present myself better, to the world. So I think that was a great part of Kansas too that
yeah.
made me
That's
make that
dope.
decision. Yeah.
That's dope, man. Hey,
Yeah.
so let's talk more kind of your playing days. Now we're jumping around. So how early on your senior year did you know, man, this national championship team is special? Like how early did you know, like, man, this is a special team we got? When did you know that year? When did
Well,
it click for you?
we started 20-0, and I got to shout out the football team. KU football at that time was playing great, and they was playing so great that they was getting all the media attention. So we played some games early that was iffy, but had we had all that media attention picking and pointing out our flaws, we wouldn't develop as well as we was able to. So with the football team playing as great as they was, they took a lot of that pressure off of us. So we played through some of our flaws, and I think we started the season off 20-0. So by that time, we had found ourselves, and then we was
Yeah.
ready for all the media to pick us apart and everything like that. So I always shout out the football team because they definitely, and then they had the vibe on campus lit. We was good. Everybody
Yeah.
was happy. The whole campus was happy. So it was good vibes all over, and then we all fed off of that.
Hey, so check this out. So did you know that Derrick Rose, when you guys played him, because you got a chance to play against Derrick Rose, and then before that, you got a chance to play against Steph Curry. So this is
Yeah,
kind of Steph Curry and Derrick Rose. Did you
yeah.
did you feel both of those guys at the time had the skills to be an NBA MVP when you played them?
Oh, Derek for sure. Yeah, he. I don't even think against us he played to his fullest potential. I think I read somewhere that he ate some candy and his stomach was hurting or something like that. But you could feel he had a different feel. I work out and I was pretty strong in college, and I could lift with the best in them, and he had to feel like a different explosion, a different level, and he didn't even tap into it. I felt at that point. It took the NBA, I think, to unleash him in a sense, and then we start to see the athleticism that he could. So um, with him, I kind of expected it. But with Steph, I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it. I can't lie to you. And that's how I know God is real, Steph
Yeah,
Curry, because he is developed for sure into something that's beyond the world, into changing the game pretty much. So he's definitely been blessed in that way, and I would have not expected it from him. I thought it would be, a couple good games, couple good tournaments, and
yeah,
and then that'll be it. Maybe NBA for a couple seasons, and then that'd be it. But he
yeah,
definitely changed the game, and to this day, he's still surprising me. Still putting
yeah.
up 50s and 60s. So yeah, he's definitely stamped, and he's definitely a great one for sure.
Well, I mean, I'm just glad that 08 team knocked off both of those guys to
Yeah,
win that chip, man. And
for
that's
sure,
something that
man.
I know, with your little man's a little Russ.
No, I didn't go Little Russ. I went Lennox. His name is
Okay,
Lennox.
Lennox. All right.
Yeah, yeah,
That's something Lennox gonna be looking forward to, man. He's gonna be able
yeah,
to watch that and learn from Pops, man. That's gonna be cool.
for
I
sure.
like that Lennox, man. I like
Yeah,
that.
Lennox. Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I don't know.
hey, so we talked a little bit about Twitter, nothing anything deep, but I'm talking more so the Twitter haters. We didn't have
Yeah,
social media. Social
for
media
sure.
was just starting to kind of kick off when
Yeah.
we were at school. Like, how do you think you would deal with Twitter haters, man, in today's world?
Well, we had the message board. I don't know. They don't. I don't know if they
Okay,
still do
okay.
that. And then, but the first thing that they taught me when we got on campus that you don't read the message boards. So
Yeah,
technically, if I had to apply that to now, I'm not going to read Twitter, basically.
yeah,
And then, so I can imagine that if you're young and you want to be social and everything and that kind of pressure, but, I would treat it like I treated the message boards when I was in school. I'm not going to read them,
yeah,
because everybody got an opinion and that don't mean I have to hear it, So if I was the guys, I wouldn't be on social media in that form, and I would stay away from it until the off season or something like that
yeah.
until I'm mentally strong enough to handle it,
Man,
So
that's smart.
that's kind of what I would do. But yeah,
Hey, that's a message. Message. Anybody college, even
yeah,
probably some NBA guys, high school for sure.
high
Y'all
school for
gotta pay
sure.
attention to this, man. Don't read it. Don't read it. Listen to
Read
Russ,
it.
national champion right here, proven winner,
Yeah.
proven winner. Hey, so Russ, you play for a variety of teams overseas professionally.
Yeah.
Where's been your favorite place to play, and how do you feel the overseas game is different than the games in the States?
Well, my favorite spot for sure has been, I would say, Barcelona. That was
Okay.
my first year, and I was choosing between going to Barcelona to play or maybe going to Indiana training camp and maybe making a team. So when I put those two cities together, I said I'm gonna go to Barcelona and actually play 30 minutes a game. So that was my first impression of Europe, and it was amazing, and just the lifestyle, having a siesta during the day from 4 to 6 every day, or 2 to 4 every day. Everything shut down. You get to go home, take a nap, be with your family, and you can count that in every day. 2 to 4 o'clock, it's nothing going on. You can eat. It's just like that was
Yeah.
amazing. And the late dinners, the whole lifestyle. I think I might have had like 7% body fat. I drank so much water, and it was great in that sense. But one of my surprising stops, and I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was, but it was Poland, and I wound up spending maybe 4 seasons there,
Yeah.
like 4 different times, and that place it really got a special place for me. I got my dog from there, King. That's his hometown. He got a passport and everything, but I would say
Yeah, no.
that was an experience because I went in there expecting like Poland is gonna be cold, but the people were so nice. They was invited. They invited me, and then when I went to the league, it had a lot of 5, 10 point guards, 5, 8. They went with short
Yeah.
point guards at that time. But then I played. I went to the championship one year, won the championship the next year. But after that, after me, they started having two, guards like me, play 1, 1, 2 combo guards. So I think I left an
Yeah.
impression on the league, and the
Change the
league left an
game.
impression on me. So I was
Yeah.
definitely happy with that for sure.
That's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope. That's dope, man. Hey,
Yeah.
Russ. So, hey, we're gonna end with some quick fire questions, man. So we're about to wrap it up here, man. So we're gonna end with some quick fire questions, man. So hope you're ready, man.
All
All
right.
right.
All right.
So how often do you get back to Lawrence, and what do you miss most about it?
I get there once a year minimum, and that's normally during the summertime. That's normally my first trip when I come from overseas. Um, and I missed most about it. I missed Abe and Jake's. Sorry,
Okay. Yeah.
and I don't know if they use it like I don't know if it's open like it used to be, but those Saturday nights at Abe and Jake's, I feel like that was like whether I had a good game, bad game, good week, bad week. That was my recharging thing right there. So I would say Abe and Jake Saturday night.
Hey, you and a lot of other people, man.
Yeah,
Hey, they have converted that into like more of a receptionist for
Okay.
receptions events. So no more like Abe and Jakes when we were there, but I
Oh
go to
man.
Abe and Jakes, man.
Yeah.
All right. So do you have a favorite Coach Self punchline?
Jiminy Christmas, that's all we come to my mind. Jiminy Christmas. That's my favorite. That's the favorite line that I think of most when I think of Coach Self. But yeah, that
That's
one.
funny. Who was a teammate from your playing days that you're closest to?
That's hands down Mario.
Yeah.
Like he's a great friend, and we stay in contact to this day. And I was getting down to Miami to see him every year, and he came to New York a couple times. So even after Kansas, even when we was there, we stayed in touch. No matter how well he's doing, how bad he's doing, injuries, championships.
Yeah.
We made our way to see each other. Recharge and connect. And I would say him by far.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So I've asked this question to a lot of people, man. I've had some guys from the 2012 Final Four team, Russ, the 2018 Final Four team. Even Freeze was on here from his Final Fours, Brett Ballard. Hey, if your 2018 plays any Final Four team, the 2012, 2018, who wins and why?
Uh,
Russ being humble. Look at this guy.
I mean, we're gonna beat both of those teams. Honestly, it's not even gonna be close. I'm just trying to figure out which one we would rather be closer with. That 2018 team. Uh, I don't know. We might. That's a tough question. Those are great teams, but that 2012 team, I'm so proud of them because I seen that first game of the season they played Kentucky, and I think we might
Mm-hmm.
have lost by 30. I think against
Yeah,
Kentucky, and to see them to make it all the way to the championship and then play Kentucky really well,
yeah,
that was a lot of growth. A lot of that team I might have stayed away from because they showed some toughness, some grit that I wasn't expected out of them, and they had some guys really show up and play. So I would take on the 2018 team. I think me and Mario will be good against Devontae and Frank, and all of them. We'll be good.
oh yeah,
And
oh
I'll take
yeah.
that. I take that matchup. And I think the fans will love that one. Um,
I love to see that one. I love to
yeah,
see
they
that
love
one.
that one. I love that. But yeah, both of those teams are great, and I was happy to watch both of them. I got the towel actually from 2018. I keep that. I think I keep that close to me.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
that was in San
Oh
Antonio.
yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Yes,
I keep
sir.
that one. That was a special team for me. I think, but yeah, both of those teams are good. But I think we beat both of those teams hands down. We got too
Yeah,
many weapons and too many guys for sure.
yeah, for sure, for sure. So Russ, if you could have played with one player that played before you, who would that be and why?
Uh, you
Before you
know,
got to KU.
before I got to KU, I would have definitely played with BT, Billy Thomas for sure.
Yeah.
I would get him right. I get him a couple threes a game. I actually played with him as a professional, so that's why I know I would love
Okay,
playing with
yeah.
him in college. Yeah, so
Man,
we was on a
BT used to come light us up during the camp game, man.
yeah, me and
You
BT
and
played
Steve
together
Woodbury.
and we played together in the D League in Maine. And he was towards the end of his career, but me and him had a good chemistry when we played there. So I can imagine if we played in college together. So
That's awesome. That's
that'd be my
awesome.
guy for sure.
So same, we're gonna flip that question. Same way. So if you could play with one player that played after you, who would that be and why?
Hands down, I'm gonna go Devontae. I like it. I like his energy. I like I like the way he plays. One of my favorite, KU players. And I think me and him could do some damage in the backcourt for sure. So I
That'd
would
be a
love to play
crazy
with him.
backcourt, man. That'd be a
Yeah,
crazy backcourt with you and
yeah,
DJ in the backcourt.
yeah.
So hey, last one, Russ. If you could have played for one coach in the Big 12 that wasn't Coach Self, who would it have been?
Uh, in the Big 12, let me see. I'm gonna go Coach Barnes. I think he did a great job in Texas, even though we beat him every year. He did a
Yeah,
good job with
yeah,
his players. I think
yeah.
so. Rick Barnes will be the guy I play for. I was actually did he coach TJ Ford?
Yep, yep.
Yeah, so I was actually rooting for them that year that that they was all in the, y'all was all in the Final Four. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I would probably play for him.
Okay, okay. Well, that's it today, Jayhawk Nation. Thanks for tuning in to Rock Chalk Jayhawk with me, Jayhawk, a podcast brought to you by the Field of 68 Media Network. Make sure you rate 5 stars, review, and hit the subscribe button on iTunes or anywhere else you get your podcast from. Russ, man, it's been a pleasure having you on, man. Jayhawk Nation, I know they loved hearing you, man. God bless being a father, and hopefully moving forward to that coaching scene down the line, man. I wish you success, Russ.
All right, thanks for having me, man. Anytime, man, for sure.
Hey, you bet, man.
All right.
Any daycare, baby.
All right.
All right, brother. I'll be in contact with you, Russ.
All right, man.